In the YOLO era, you have constantly been persuaded to satisfy your worldly desires as much as possible, and that you need to constantly reward yourself with material items to feel in balance. This is a time where a good act is only worth doing if someone is there to witness it, and that our bad deeds are okay as long as no one sees them. So it begs the question, is there objective right and wrong, or is our reality completely subjective to the way we perceive it? Are you a good person only because it looks better on your Instagram feed? If life is all about cycles, checks and balances, and action and reaction, wouldn't it be fair to assume that all our deeds, thoughts, and intentions are picked up somewhere in this universe and evaluated, audited, and judged to see how we really lived our lives? Let's investigate this idea further. Now imagine a world where evil and good are subjective notions, that killing, suicide, euthanasia, fornication, rape, and other atrocities can be explained, normalized, and even legalized and become a part of the norm. Slowly, our society learns to look at it differently, and that sins and wrongdoing become so common that we no longer pay any attention to them, not when others do it, and slowly not even when we do it ourselves. Many people believe that heaven and hell are just made-up concepts created by religions to control people. However, heaven and hell is not a far away or distant concept, yet rather as close to us as our shoelaces. If we delve deeper into the concept itself, we find a common denominator that we face daily: justice. While every soul shall taste death, the final recompense will be on the day of judgment. Without the concept of life and death where justice will be served, the nature of all our actions are subjective to interpretations. Hence, for justice to exist, there must be something that is keeping track of all our actions and thoughts. Otherwise, knowingly or unknowingly, we're causing chain reactions with these deeds, tipping the scale in either direction. Not acknowledging the existence of this scale doesn't mean it's not there. If out of 1,000 people, 999 will go to hell, what are some of the behaviors or characteristics of these people, and how can you avoid being one of them? Number 1. The ones that reject the notion of one and only Allah and associate partners with Him. Those that make mockery of worship. No one will enter hell in whose heart there is an atom's weight of faith. He who dies without associating anything with Allah will enter Jannah. Number 2. Those that are paying or receiving interest, riba, and accumulate wealth. Heaven will be filled mostly by poor people that others looked down upon but had fulfilled their oath to Allah. Even a small act of charity can save you from hell. Number 3. Fornication and sexual deviations. People of paradise are the ones of good conduct and modesty. Heaven is surrounded by hardships and by all kinds of dislikes and undesirable things, while hell is surrounded by temptations, desires, and passions. Isn't it true that your cake tastes much better than broccoli? However, we all know which one is the healthier choice. Number 4. Lying, cheating, and gossiping. Giving false witness, testimony, or oath. Slandering chaste women or telling lies about the Prophet, peace be upon him. Hell will be filled with obscene and harsh people that live through their genitals and tongues and who gossip, speculate, and delve in idle chatter. Number 5. Killing, except in cases dictated by Islamic law and those that commit suicide. Torturing animals. Hell will be filled with violent, arrogant, and stubborn people. Number 6. Pride, vanity, and showing off. Whoever seeks knowledge in order to argue with the foolish, or to show off before the scholars, or to attract people's attention, will book their place in hell. In modern times, this would also apply to many of us that are seeking that social media fame for the sake of self-gratification. So next time you're faced with a moral dilemma, remember that all of your actions will be contributing to your checks and balances. As people, we are not made to be perfect and eventually make mistakes. However, make a habit of following your bad deeds with a good action, as those are worth 10 times more. Stay steadfast in your belief in Allah and do not associate any partners with Him. Be of the ones that worship, pray, fast, and give charity, and inshallah, you shall be saved from the hellfire.